Hey guys, yeah, I'm still here. I'm still on YouTube. I'm grateful despite all the purges and the banning. It's just gone crazy out there. But there's some type of videos I can't do on YouTube anymore, so make sure you subscribe to my Rumble channel, and I'll put the link there. And I just did, for example, a video last night on Rumble that I don't think I could put on YouTube. So check it out. I got a little bit more freedom on there than I do YouTube. All right, in the news yesterday, President-elect Biden and Harris, their official communications team, they put out the following. And this is in regards to the recovery from the COVID-19 lockdowns because it's just devastated small business. Our priority will be Black, Latino, Asian, and Native American-owned small businesses, women-owned businesses, and finally having equal access is needed to reopen and rebuild. We're in a very strange time in American history. I don't think we've been more divided since 1860. You could feel it in the air, the tension. And I would think if you're coming in as president in such a situation, you would want to try to mend fences to have healing. For example, if I was coming in, I would say, okay, we need to start over. We need to put away our hatreds. We got to condemn the violence. I don't care if it's on the left, like Antifa, BLM, burning down cities, or the Proud Boys, or what happened in Washington, D.C. I don't care where it comes from. We won't tolerate violence anymore. We tolerate peaceful protest because that's the American way, but no violence. I condemn both sides. And with the COVID-19 and because of these lockdowns that were devastating, and let's not get into a debate, were they necessary or not? They happen, and they happen because of the government's actions. People need help. This was caused by the government's actions. People need help. And I don't care if you're black or if you're white or if you're Mexican, male or female, that's not important. What's important, if you have a business, you need help, we are going to give you help as the government. Wouldn't that be just like a, I don't know, common sense thing to say? That's what I would do. But I suppose, because I'm saying that, that would be considered a hateful message, bigoted message. Instead, they're just amping up the tensions. They're threatening to anyone that disagrees with the narrative or the Biden administration, they're going to be classified as a domestic terrorist. And it's getting so bad now. If you have a question about an election, and because we have courts, and it's perfectly reasonable if you have a dispute about an election to demand a recount, or if you think there's something wrong, you take it to court. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the process. Now, you can't do violence, but you can do these legal methods. This is the way it is in a democracy. They want to take that away. They want to suggest that if you question an election, that's undemocratic and you should be considered a terrorist. That's creepy. That's getting into like Soviet-style methodology. Well, why have elections anymore if that's the case? It's just crazy. And when this comes to this COVID-19 relief, wow, why would you divide people based on race like Biden did here? There's a specific group of people he left out. Why would you want to leave those people out? What do you think those people are going to think? Are they going to have support of the government? Are they going to say, wow, this is the government we really want to pay taxes to and support? They have our best interest in heart? I don't think so. I mean, you may have a few masochists that think that way, but most, they're going to get really resentful. And this is just going to further the divide. Now, how we need to respond to that is, okay, we need to support our own people. Because the government, even though we pay taxes to the government, they hate us. I mean, it's just obvious. I don't know any other explanation than they hate us. And we just have to accept that as reality. So we have to take up the burden, our responsibility to help our brothers and sisters. So if you know a small business, and because they're the wrong race according to Biden or Harris, and they're not going to get government help, we need to pitch in. And this is part of my message going forward. People are always asking strategy, and I'm going to get more into that this year with my videos. What can we do to reach the goal? Because a lot of people say, well, you have the goal, but you don't have a roadmap to get there. Well, I do, but that's going to require a series of videos. But one of the first things is we need localism, meaning you need to work in your communities. So if you know, let's say someone has a pizzeria and he's in really hard times and he's not getting any help because he's the wrong race and gender. So Biden and Harris are saying, sorry, you're the wrong race. We're not going to help you. You don't qualify. Don't bother applying. One thing the guy could do, he could claim that he's secretly a female. That would be interesting if he should do that. How would they prove he isn't? Because you have this gender fluidity. But if he doesn't do that, we need to get together. We need to support that guy, support that business. Instead of going to these businesses that are getting the welfare handouts, find out who owns the businesses and help our people. That's what we need to do. We need to come together as a community, kind of like the Amish do, or I guess the Orthodox Jews do. That's powerful. We need to come together and support that. And we need to do this anyway. And this is what I'm talking about, is getting to know people in your area and having organizations that aren't official membership organizations, but you know each other. And let's say if someone cuts hair, maybe you can go to them to get your hair cut. And who knows? I mean, you know, they could do that maybe just off the record. And I'm not advocating that, but maybe they could do that. See, there's a lot of things that can be done here that can be really effective. So, I mean, we can cry about this and say this is not fair. And I know a lot of conservatives are saying this is discrimination. Well, yeah, it is, but they don't care. I mean, they've dropped the mask. They don't care about equality. They don't care about not looking at race. They're all about race and gender and dividing Americans up as groups. That's how they are, and it's not going to change. So we need to get into that game and support each other, because obviously the government's not. They don't have our backs. They're not interested. They just want our money. So we need to support each other. That's the way to go forward. Talk to you guys later.